So today we're going to look at the Morpeth Arms. Come here for me please, cameraman. As you can see, we're on the riverbank. Now this here, I'm going to read it for you to save on time. Near this site stood Millbank Prison, which was opened in 1816 and closed in 1890. This buttress stood at the head of the river steps from which, until 1867, prisoners sentenced to the transportation embarked on their journey to Australia, meaning penal deportation. Like when we was over in Wapping and there was cells there, this is one of the places that people would be sent to what we call the New World. Undesirables would be sentenced to go and live and work in the New World. They did have the right to work off their debt and move home, but who could ever afford that? And we're here because this site is relevant to this pub over here called the Morpeth Arms. This pub was built for the prison warders of the time. The cellars were said to be cells for some of the people that were being shipped abroad. And apparently the sanitation here was so bad because of it being on the riverbank, many people would die before they even got onto the ships. But for those of you that are avid ghost hunters, this is another site in London in which you would want to visit because the cellar is said to be heavily haunted. But there's another special feature with this pub which has to do with that building over there, which is the MI6 building, which you might recognise. These binoculars are here because this is known as the spying room. A woman called Mata Hari, if that's how you want to pronounce it, was a spy for Germany during World War I, and she would spy on the government buildings over the river from here, and she was executed in France. Over the river, you can see the view that she would have had. That's the MI6 building, now facing what is one of London's most famous, iconic pubs, especially for Australians. So get down here, especially if you're in Oz, and just know that all your roots stem from places like this and us. See you soon.